I'm Nancy Showalter, and you're listening to Spirituality for the Politically Incorrect podcast. Welcome, all radical paradigm shifters and creative change makers. You who dare to create a better life and a better world. Tap into the power that resides within you and use that power for constructive change. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Awakening to Life's Purpose. Ascension is the ultimate goal. Last week, we talked about the holistic concept of your divine self, and I posted a little chart that depicts the three aspects of self. The lower figure representing you as the soul embodied here on earth, the middle figure representing your higher self, or Christ self as we refer to it, and the upper figure represents your I Am presence. Today I want to talk about, from a spiritual perspective, what the ultimate goal of evolving on this planet is. We call it the Ascension. And while there is an actual ritual when the soul permanently reunites with its source, the I Am presence, the process of the Ascension in reality happens day by day, embodiment by embodiment. I think it's true when we say in life that there's no standing still. We're either moving forward or moving backward. We are dynamic, energetic beings, as is all life, and there's no staying in one place. So we're either progressing spiritually or not. And it's true that we might go forward and sometimes back, but the goal is to keep moving forward, raising our vibration, expanding our consciousness, to become more aware of who we truly are and what our purpose on earth is. We each have a purpose for particular cycles in our lives, for even each embodiment, but the ultimate purpose is to reunite permanently with the I Am, that part of you that is made in the image and likeness of God, or Source, however you want to refer to it. And of course, there are many who have achieved this reunion and who are free from the rounds of rebirth. These are the ones we call Ascended Masters. Now, the term Ascended Masters may be new, but their presence in assisting mankind is not new. The Ascended Masters are people like you and me who've re-entered the consciousness of God. They determined to master life and to pursue God with a passion through their sacred labor or service, and to reunite at the end of their time here on earth. They mastered the challenge of life on earth. They mastered the self, mastered time and space, and returned to the inner reality which we call God. This is our ultimate goal also. The Ascended Masters have been communicating with mankind for thousands of years. In the Old Testament, we read where the prophets of Israel would deliver their prophecies by saying, "The word of the Lord came unto me, saying." They were describing the personification of the One, an individualized presence that appeared to them. And of course, there were also angels who came as messengers from God, delivering messages at critical times. The three figures depicted in the chart are shown to be separate, as that's a reflection of our limited consciousness. But one day, they will be one. That's the goal. So an Ascended Master is one who walked on the earth as the lower figure in the chart, but has evolved spiritually to first realize his real self and merge with that middle figure, that Christ, and then reunite with the I Am that I Am, the upper figure. Now, just to clarify between the Christian term of Christ and the Buddhist term of being a Buddha, we call one who has attained the realization of God through the heart chakra the Christ, and one who has attained the realization of God through the crown chakra the Buddha, which was the case with Siddhartha Buddha. Christ demonstrated the way of self-mastery that was a dispensation for the evolutions of the West, whereas Buddha showed it for the evolutions of the East. One of the important factors you see depicted in the chart is the flame anchored in the heart. This flame is a replica of the I Am that is our I Am presence. It has three aspects to it: power, wisdom, and love. And those aspects are represented by three colors, frequencies of energy. There's frequencies of specific qualities of the Godhead: blue, yellow, and pink, respectively. This flame is literally the divine spark that people speak of that we have within us. It's the Trinity within us. Father represents the power of the law, the blue color frequency. The Son is the wisdom of the law, the yellow color frequency. And the Holy Spirit is the love action of the law, the pink color frequency. And of course, we see the Trinity reflected in the chart of your divine self. The I Am presence as Father, middle figure as Son, and lower figure the Holy Spirit, action in matter. In the West, we really have very little understanding of God as Mother, other than Catholics who honor Mother Mary, the mother of Jesus. The Bible also talks about Alpha and Omega, which are the Father, Mother, God. And in Genesis, first chapter, in the 27th verse, it says, "So God created man in his own image. In the image of God created he him. Male and female, he created he them." But somehow the concept of God as being male and female has gotten lost in the West. In the East, however, there's a great understanding of God as Father and Mother. They have even the Tai Chi symbol that depicts a circle that is both black and white in its two parts, making up the whole. And when you study the world religions, you start to get a sense that we've been given the teachings of God in stages, in cycles. For 2,000 years, we've been given an understanding of God as the Son through the person of Jesus. Prior to that, Moses revealed God as Father, as the lawgiver, as a personal representative of the law. And as we go into the next 2,000-year cycle, there's an awakening to the energies of the Holy Spirit. We're moving from the Piscean age, where Jesus was the Christ avatar to show us the way, into the Aquarian age, where Saint Germain is the sponsor and way shower. And we know the Aquarian age is really meant to be a golden age. So when you look at the three figures in the chart, the bottom line is the soul evolving in time and space, the lower figure, is journeying back to its God source, the upper figure, to reunite permanently. Rumi, the 13th century Persian Sunni poet, said it beautifully. Journey from self, with a little s, to self, with a big S, and find the mine of gold. Let's look at what's required to make this journey. We each have a divine plan, a unique purpose for which we were created. And we must fulfill that purpose before we go back and reunite permanently. We must also balance that threefold flame of love, wisdom, and power that's anchored within our heart. We have to have a certain mastery of the qualities of God on the seven rays. And most importantly, we've had to balance at least 51% of our karma. Cosmic law used to be that you had to balance 100% of your karma, but the requirement changed in this age to just a simple majority of 51%. Then the remaining karma still needs to be balanced from the ascended realm. But the masters have told us that it's best to balance as much karma as possible while still in the physical world. Because once you're no longer physical, it's not so easy to communicate with those in embodiment, which is where our karma needs to be balanced. So if we think it's challenging to help people while we're here on Earth, just think of how challenging it would be if they can't see or hear you. So this is a better, deeper explanation of the Ascension and understanding, basically, of what it takes for us to have that reunion and what it means to be an ascended master. This is really the goal of all of our lives. Now, we've talked about chakras today, and we touched on the concept in previous episodes. So next week, I'd like to go more in depth on this subject. Until then, keep an open mind, a generous heart, and a powerful spirit. I'm Nancy Showalter, and you've been listening to Spirituality for the Politically Incorrect. Thank you for being with me today, and if you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe on iTunes. And to follow more of my work, visit me at nancyshowalter.com.